ladies, thanks for joining. This is Jamie. This video is about commitment. Are you wondering about this guy's commitment level, but you're afraid to ask? Here's exactly what to say to find out. First, understand the words exclusivity and commitment. I would make sure that when you are talking with this guy, this man, you ask him about both of those, because he may say, yes, he's committed, but yet he's talking with 3 other women. So is that exclusivity in your mind? Let's say you really like him, but you're unsure where his head is at. You want the answer. You want to find out. He hasn't approached the topic, and you're kind of afraid to approach it because you don't want to appear needy or clingy. You want to appear fun-loving and chill and like you're going with the flow and you're not super anxious about it. You want to appear confident. Well, I have the perfect way for you to find out the answer and still be chill and confident in the process. First and foremost, wait 2 to 4 months before you even approach this topic. You don't know if you like this guy. In this 2 to 4 months, you should be finding out if you even like him. Too many women go into a relationship thinking, I hope he likes me. You should, in the early stages, be thinking, I hope I like him. Do I like him? Does he have personality traits that I like? What is his character? What are some of his goals? You should be finding those things out. A high-value woman does not jump head first into a relationship and think this guy is it. She is wise enough to take her time and see if they have values and goals and morals that are aligned. During this time, you can play some get-to-know-you games or just ask questions and say, okay, on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel about fitness? Do you have goals? What are they? What kind of hobbies do you like? Just find out some things about him. Don't reveal all of your secrets because he will ask you questions too. You may say there are some conversations let's table for later, like maybe past relationships or trauma from your childhood. I have a rule that if a man does not hold my heart, he doesn't get to know all of my secrets. That should be a good rule for you too. The next thing I'm going to tell you to do or not to do in this first 2 to 4 months, no physical intimacy. Don't have sex. Don't even fool around because then the lines get a little bit blurry. Now, I know that's a moral issue and you don't have to listen to me, but I've coached enough women to know when you jump in with physical intimacy, things get messy. Your emotions get tied up, ladies. They just do. And then you really start getting anxious about the commitment and the exclusivity, and you might push him away. You might say things that make you look really needy. So I would tell you, do not have physical intimacy with this guy. Now, that doesn't mean he's not going to try. I have got an excellent way for you to respond if he does. So if he starts getting too physically active, you can just halt the brakes and say, whoa, 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 let's put the brakes on a little bit. Now, everything I am telling you, I want you to say it exactly this way. So save this video, pause it, write these things down, practice it. You need to smile, you need to be chill, but you need to be confident. You're not aggressive, but you are assertive. And so you can just say, whoa, 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 let's put the brakes on here for a second. Are you wanting a commitment? Are you wanting exclusivity? Are we having that talk right now? Because I do not give myself to any man until we've had a little bit more understanding about where we are. Is that a conversation that you want to have? And then just shut up and hear what he has to say. So basically you're saying, are we having some kind of a future talk here? Now he might respond with, yes, I want to be committed. I want to be exclusive. I really like you. Then you're going to just have to assess that and see if you really like him. You need to be a little wary. He might just be saying whatever he thinks you want to hear. So you could say, great, I want to be exclusive and committed too. But how about we hold off on the physical intimacy just for a little bit and just see how that goes. Because we're boyfriend, girlfriend now, right? And just kind of laugh and make it fun and see how patient he is, how understanding he is in that moment. Now, if he says something like, well, I don't know. Why don't we just see? Why can't we just see where this goes? That is where you come in and look so classy. You can say, precisely, that's exactly what I'm doing. I am halting on the physical intimacy to see where this goes. And if you have made mistakes in the past, by jumping in too fast, you can say that. And you can say, you know, I've jumped into a physical relationship too quickly in the past and it didn't work out really well. And I like you. And so I don't want to make those same mistakes. One of my favorite comebacks when a guy is pressuring you is to say, you know, I don't give my body or my heart to just anyone. Nobody gets to hold my body until they hold my heart, or whatever. Something kind of clever like that. That makes you look so confident. It makes you look like you have many guys you could choose from, and they are going to have to earn the right to be with you. They are going to have to invest. They are going to have to be purposeful. They are going to have to win you over. There's going to have to be some feelings, in my opinion, love before you make that step. So by you putting that out there, you sound like you are putting the brakes on, that you are all for a physically intimate relationship. You would be excited about the possibility of commitment and exclusivity, but you want to make sure he's the guy. In other words, you kind of want to make sure he's worthy. You put yourself up here on this level and see if that guy is willing to climb to that level to be with you. Ladies, you need to protect yourselves. Protect your heart, but also protect your body. And this is a very classy way of saying it. Now, don't come across braggy and uppity and say something like, well, if a man wants to be with me, he's going to have to prove himself. Don't say it like that. Say it humble, say it sweet, say it laughingly. You can say it a little bit coy, a little mysterious, kind of bat your eyes, but just say, you know, I really value sex. I think it's important. I think it's very special, and I don't just give it to anyone. That is going to drive him crazy because you are going to be the woman that's up here when all the other women are down here. The hookup girls are down here. That's really not what he wants. And after that conversation, if you never see him again, you know he just wanted one thing and you dodged a bullet. You saved yourself some heartache. You walked away with your pride. But I guarantee you that guy is going to come back, and he probably won't leave to start with because he's going to be very intrigued. And then you kind of just need to see if he really is worthy of your time and your affection and your resources that you have to offer. Also, during this first 2 to 4 month get to know you time where you are not physically intimate, you are not going to be initiating conversation with him. Let him call you. Let him text you. Let him make the moves. Let him ask you out on the date. Let him pay. Let him take you somewhere. Let him be the man. Men will pursue something they really want. And then you can kind of assess and see how intentional and purposeful he really is about dating you. This next step is where it all comes together beautifully. Now, I have every bit of this on an e-course on my website. My website is She's Everyday, she'severyday.com. I will link it in the description below. There are 2 e-courses on there. One is titled She's the One, How to Be the One He Can't Live Without, How to Be the One He Regrets Losing. I have exact sentences, exact comments, exact things to text on that e-course. Get it? I think it's only $49. It is well worth the money, and it will tell you everything I am telling you, plus a whole lot more in depth. So after this 2 to 4 months, let's say everything is going really good. You like the guy, he likes you, you think this could be going somewhere. He hasn't tried to push for physical intimacy, so you're thinking, okay, that's good. He's being so gentlemanly, I like this. But you're in limbo. You want to know, are we a couple or are we not? Is he talking to other women? Is he not? And your emotions are kind of spiraling. Just calm down. Remember, you were just waiting a little bit to see if he was the guy anyway, or if you think he might be the guy. And then you may have to approach the conversation. You are not needy. You are not desperate. You do not have low self-esteem if you bring it up. High-value women do not waste their time. And you do not want to waste your time on someone that doesn't have the same intentions or the same future goals that you do. Now, when you have this conversation, it is not going to be a, hey, we need to talk. Let's get together and talk Friday night. Don't have a pre-warned sit-down talk, because men hate that. It makes them anxious, it makes them nervous, and they're going to be thinking about what you might say, and then they're going to come up with something they can say in response. You kind of want to catch him off guard, and you want to make it very chill, because it should be very chill. Again, you're still early enough in this relationship. You guys hopefully have not been physically intimate. So it shouldn't be a really weird conversation. It should just be very casual. You're going to approach it maybe when you're having dinner or when you're driving somewhere. And you can just casually say, okay, so let's talk about goals. Or you could say, so I've got this new fitness goal. I'm going to try to get up at 5 o'clock every morning and work out. Or I'm going to try to drink half a gallon of water every day. Or I have a goal to save up this much money in this amount of time. Whatever. Bring up the topic of goals somehow. And then ask him, do you have any goals that you're working on? Listen, you should be a high value woman with goals. This should not be a weird conversation. And if you are not a woman with goals, well, get my e-course because you should be, because those are the women that are extremely attractive. That girl gets her guy every time. Talk about the goals, and then you can casually say, so what about relationship goals? Do you have any relationship goals? He's probably going to say, I don't know. What do you mean? Here's where it can get a little bit awkward, so keep it chill. And say, well, for example, where do you see yourself in 3 years, 5 years, 10 years? Do you ever want to get married? Do you ever want to have children? Now, I'm going to stop right here because this is very important. At the minute you say that, he's going to freeze like deer in headlights because he's like, oh my gosh, is she asking me to marry her? Why is she bringing up marriage and children? We've only been dating for 3 months. You're going to very quickly roll into this. Don't worry, I'm not saying that you're the guy. I don't know that you're the guy, but future goals. Like I know eventually I want to get married and I want the house with the white picket fence and I want the mom car and the kids and, you know, the dog running outside. That's just what I want. Is that ever something you want? Again, don't freak out and think that I'm thinking that you're the guy, because you may not be the guy and I may not be your girl, and that's perfectly okay. But I don't want to waste your time and I don't want to waste my time either if our goals are just completely off. Do you see how you just kind of blah, 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 and you just run it all together? You really don't give him a moment to answer. You throw it out there and then you immediately say, I'm not sure you're him. I just want to know because I don't want to waste your time or mine. Now you look classy, you look considerate, you look like the woman who is not wanting to waste her time. This makes you sound very powerful, in control, assertive but not aggressive, confident but not needy. Again, you're saying it with a smile on your face. You look like the high value woman that he has been searching his whole life for. He might at that point say, yeah, I want that too. Great, you guys are on the right track. But what if he says something like, I don't know. I've never really thought about it. I don't really know what I want. Or worse, he says, you know what? I don't think I ever want to get married. I know too many people that have gotten married and divorced and it doesn't work well. That's just not something I want. So now you know how to respond. You have to understand that if that is the future you eventually want and he never wants that, then it is time to end this 2 to 4 month relationship that you have. Don't stick around thinking he will at some point change his mind. If he says he's unsure, he doesn't know, that's where you can come up with something like, okay, wow, all right, well, I appreciate your honesty, that you're willing to tell me that, because I know that's kind of hard to say, especially to somebody that wants those things, to say that you don't really want them. It would be easier for you just to go along with it, which ladies, it really would be. It would be easier for him to lie and just tell you what you want to hear, but never commit. So if he says he's not sure, compliment him, praise him, say, wow, I really appreciate the honesty. That's very refreshing that you're saying you're not sure what you want. However, I hope it doesn't bother you if I let you know that I'm going to go ahead and continue dating other people. Maybe we can still go out once in a while, but I'm going to continue to look around because I do eventually want those things. And again, if we're not aligned, I certainly don't want to waste either of our time. Look how amazing you look. You're going to catch him off guard. I will tell you, when you handle it that way, he is automatically in his head thinking, how can I reverse this? How can I tell her maybe that is what I want? He might get angry and say, So you're going to start dating other people? To which you can reply, well, I wasn't sure we were even exclusive or not. You've never brought up the conversation, and I kind of had to bring it up. So yeah, I guess I'm going to date other people, because if our goals aren't aligned, we don't want to waste each other's time here. He might try to be passive aggressive and say, oh, so you just want to break up then? Well, I guess you want to date other people because you act like, you don't want to stick around for me to figure it out. Listen, high value women don't stick around for a man to make up his mind. If he doesn't know what he wants about long-term future goals, this is not a very high value man. And you can just say, I appreciate the fact that you don't know what you want, but I do know what I want. I am very purposeful and intentional about my life. And I have goals and I set them and I reach them and I know what I want. Ooh, look how awesome you look. You are not wishy-washy. You're not all confused. You're not just leaving everything up in the air. You are goal-oriented and purposeful. If he tries to be passive-aggressive and throw it on you and say, well, you're the one that doesn't want to go out anymore, I guess you want to date other people, to that you can say, actually, no, I don't. I would kind of like to be exclusive and in a committed relationship with you. That's why I brought it up. If I wasn't interested in being with you, I would never have brought this conversation up in the first place. So I guess I have to admit I'm being really vulnerable right now, but at the same time, I want to know the answers because, again, I don't want to waste my time or yours. Now you're confident, you're chill, but you're also humble and you're vulnerable and you're feminine. And that is a combination that is irresistible to a man. You are a female. You have this wonderful feminine energy. Just embrace it. Go for that. Now, if he happens to say, yes, I want to be in an exclusive, committed relationship, I eventually do want those future marriage things. Again, then you can say, okay, well, let's not go to the marriage part yet. I know I brought that up because that's a future goal that I want. We don't know if that's where we're headed, each of us, but at least we know our goals align. And now we're exclusive, we're committed, very cool. Can I ask what that looks like to you? I just kind of want to know the boundaries, make sure that we're on the same page. Are you talking or texting with other girls? What does committed look like? What does exclusive look like? Are you liking sexy pics of other women on social media? Because I've had that happen to me, or friends of mine, you could say something like that. I just want to know where the fences are in this relationship. Again, laugh, keep it chill, and you guys can have a really good conversation. Now, if you're not in agreement on some of those things, on what exclusivity or commitment looks like, and he says, well, I have girls that are friends, or I'm still friends with my ex and I still talk to her, and you're not okay with that, listen, all of this is in my e-course. I address it. I've got several other videos. Go to my website. You can find a link to my videos on all of these topics and how to handle those. Those are meant for another video. But if he is all in for commitment, exclusivity, and you guys have had the future goal talk, great. You guys are doing good. You've got the answer you want. You've handled it classy. You handled it in a very professional way, a very feminine way, a very fun way. You didn't put him on guard. He didn't get his hackles up. You kind of got the answer that you want, and then you can go from there. Ladies, I want to see you win in relationships. Hit the like, hit the follow button. You can follow me. There's no subscription charge or anything like that. I will just show up in your feed when you turn your channel on. I'm on X, I'm on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, everywhere you can find me. Also, go to my website and check out the resources I have. God bless you guys. I will see you in the next video.